All right, Bears Giants coming up this Sunday. This makes me excited because we're going to see some ground and pound with the bad weather in Chicago. It's going to be rainy, it's going to be snowy, it's going to be cold in the 30s the whole game. The Giants have the 31st ranked run defense in the league. That means you're going to see a heavy dose of Kyle Monangai. Probably Britton Brown too. DeAndre Swift, we'll get to the injury report in a minute. DeAndre Swift is listed as questionable with a soft tissue injury in the 30-degree range, snow and cold. I don't expect DeAndre Swift to be going this Sunday, but maybe he's better off than I'm thinking. If you got those soft tissue injuries, I just don't want it to be risked. But here's your weather forecast for this weekend. You got in the 30s, 20% chance participation, 30% chance precipitation. I can't speak today, apparently, but it's going to be dipping down into the cold for Sunday and Monday. Going back up means it's going to be a fun, cold weather game. Any of you who are going to the game, bundle up. Here's your injury report. You can see up top here. Amen Ogbongbemiga has been activated before the 21-day window expired from the injured reserve. He is active for the team. Designated. We have waived Carl Jones Jr., which was our prediction on this channel of who would likely be waived, with Jackson playing so freaking well and Hippolyte being a rookie. It just made sense that Carl Jones Jr. was the odd man out, so he is waived from the team. Best of luck to him. I don't think we'll bring him back to the practice squad. We got some solid linebackers. So hopefully he finds a landing spot somewhere. Out for this game, though, Josh Blackwell, TJ Edwards, and Dominique Robinson, which means you're going to get a heavy dose of our new defensive end. I'm not going to try to try on, is what I'll call him. I'm just going to call him try on. That's easier. He's going to be trying hard to solidify his role. You'll see a heavy dose of him in this game, especially with the run game probably going to be prevalent with the cold weather. Austin Booker will be sprinkled in. You'll want to see him more on the passing downs, but I'd expect to see a pretty equal dose of those two with Austin Booker and Tryon. So Dom Rob out for the game. You'll see some Daniel Hardy as well. With that being said, DeAndre Swift, you can see groin, NIR, non-injured reserve. Personal, I'm not sure what the personal is there. Did not participate on Friday, limited Wednesday, full Thursday. I'm guessing the personal was Friday, so I'm not sure what that means, but this leads me to believe that DeAndre Swift is going to be out on game time. Durham Smythe also limited on Friday. No other practicing with his calf, questionable. Cold weather, I'm thinking these guys that are questionable are going to be out. All the other ones, Luther Burden, Kevin Byard, Grady Jarrett, which is huge when we need to defend against the run this game. Grady Jarrett, fine. He was just resting anyways because he's an old man. Roschon Johnson back. Full participant yesterday. I should move me out of the way so you guys can see this. All these guys over here, full participants on Friday. So Cole Kmet, Kyle Monangai, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Eamon Ogbongbemiga, and Joe Thuney, all full participants. And so their game designation is good to go. So that's exciting for the Bears. So here's what your defensive backs and linebackers look like for the game. Josh Blackwell out, so that leaves another corner spot there. And yes, I know Asante Samuel is slated to visit the Bears next week. I'm not making a big deal of it because he would be expensive, and I just don't see us using that money that can be used for rollover cap for next year. I just don't see it. I see more of Jalen Jones, who played excellent, 14th best in the entire league 2 weeks ago in outside corner position. And the Bears didn't play him at all last week. I don't understand it. I hope to see him at least mixed in a little bit this week, give him a shot with him being the primary guy behind Tyreek Stevenson and Nahshon Wright. I think he should be starting over Nahshon Wright, but I'm just a guy sitting on my couch, sitting in my studio, talking to you guys through a microphone. I'm not the guy making decisions for the Bears, but I don't understand this one at all. But DeMarco Jackson playing very well when TJ Edwards was out. TJ Edwards broke his hand. It got casted. They put it a club. He's going to be basically have a club out there to be smacking guys around. Also, soft tissue injury for him as well. He is out for this game, but they said he will avoid the injured reserve, so he'll likely be back in 2 to 3 games. It sounds like, but they're going to let things get set with his cast. It's just an interesting position to me. But DeMarco Jackson has played very, very well filling in for him, so I'm not super concerned. It's always bad to miss TJ Edwards, but DeMarco Jackson has played very well, and Ruben Hippolyte was brought in for run defense. You should see a good mix of Ruben Hippolyte in this game as well, so expect these guys. Should have pulled TJ Edwards out here just like Josh Blackwell, just so you could see, but these guys should mix it up very well. I'm not that concerned. A lot of people making a big fuss over that one. Tremaine Edmonds playing elite, top linebacker this year by many metrics and regards. Noah Sewell playing very, very well against the run. You'll see him a lot this game as well. little more suspect in pass coverage, but he's played very well against the run. I expect this unit to be just fine. All right, now on this channel, of course, we get into the grit and the gritty, the numbers. That's what you guys like about this. So let's pull this up, and I like to do this for every game preview we do. The Bears offense versus the Giants defense, and then on the next one, we'll do the Giants offense versus the Bears defense. And you can see this should be a heyday for the Bears offense, with the Giants defense being one of the worst in the league, allowing 27.7 points per game. That's 28th in the league, 382 total yards per game, and 150 yards per game on the ground. I expect that number to be over 200 in this game with cold weather. I expect the Bears to be pounding seriously 5 to 10 yards per run, and you're going to see, I'm not joking, 20 first downs via the rush this game, I would expect. I really think the running game is going to have a heyday against the Giants, and we should blow them out because of the cold weather game and their poor run defense. And the Bears defense is bad, but it's not as bad as the Giants, and the Giants offense isn't as good as the Bears offense. So right now the Bears scoring 26.9 points per game, good enough for 6th in the league. 4th in yards per game at 378.4, and 2nd in rushing yards per game at 144.4. And I expect that number to keep climbing after this week. 10th in passing yards per game at 234.0, and turnovers are limiting. 5th in the league, only allowing 0.8 turnovers per game. The Giants are only getting 0.7, which is one of the lowest in the league. So, and this little note at the bottom there, Caleb Williams becomes the first player at any position in NFL history to throw for multiple touchdowns, have multiple receptions, and receiving touchdown in a single game. On top of that, he rushed for 50 yards to boot. So add that stat on top of it, and it was very unique, very special. The highest graded game for Caleb Williams in his history, a 90-plus grade for Caleb via PFF. So the first time that's happened for him. Very good for him. On the Bears defensive side of the ball, all right, pull me off again. And the Bears defense is first in turnovers per game. I'll get to that in a minute, but 2.4 turnovers per game. They continue to lead the league in that department. Points per game, though, not been good. 28.4 yards per game, 26th. Rushing yards per game, 25th at 131.1. Passing yards a game, 237.6, 25th. But should say the last 3 games, if you look at the bottom note there, the Bears have only allowed 89 rushing yards per game in the last 3 games. Grady Jarrett coming back has been a phenomenal help. And as Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen have talked about, this team coming together and cohesing, they are looking better and better every week. So I think this is a week where they could look really good, especially given the cold weather. Grady Jarrett, Andrew Billings, Gervon Dexter, all these guys together, I think they can make a statement here this week. This could be a big week. On the Giants side of the ball, 22nd in scoring, only 21.9. 322 yards per game, 117 rushing yards per game, all middle of the pack in all of these stats. Passing yards a game, 204, and turnovers, 1 per game. They are 13th in the league, which leads me to this beautiful little graphic that I love. NFL's top turnover margins per game. The Bears continue to lead the league, and it's not even close. At 1.6 per game turnover margin differential. They are getting 2.4. They're allowing 0.8. That is a differential of 1.6. Second is not even close. And everybody down this list from 1 on, 2 down would be 1.1, 1.0, 0.9, 0.9, 0.8, 0.8, 0.8, 0.8, 0.7, 0.5, and then until the negative differential. The Bears are far and away leading the league in this department. And I hope the defense can continue to keep that up. And I hope the peanut punch is in full force this game. I'd love to see the Giants, Tyrone Tracy. Cam Scatterbu, luckily, is out for the year against us. I'd love to see Tyrone Tracy with a couple fumbles, getting to Jackson Dart, getting a couple fumbles, maybe making him cause an issue as they're down through the air, getting a couple interceptions. It'd be really fun to see the Bears continue to keep this up. All right, I'm going to hit this softly and quickly. I'm still in on the Jake Moody train. I don't know why we're not playing Jake Moody, but Cairo Santos gets to go in the snow. I'm just going to say, I'm going to keep hate watching until Jake Moody is our kicker. I want Jake Moody to be our kicker. I don't need to go any deeper into it. I just really want Jake Moody. All right, here's what the analysts had to say about this game. They're all in on the Bears, everyone across the board. Clean sweep Bears. And my pick for this game, I've got the Bears winning 42-24 with a ground game from both sides. The line has moved. The Bears are more favored than they were before. They're a 4.5-point favorite now. I do have them scoring over 40 points in the snow. Yes, I think the run game is going to be that potent and that strong. So I've got a huge victory for the Bears. All right, as advertised, we kept it short and sweet. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll be on with Carl later. You can check that out. We'll have some fun. We'll do some more interactive stuff we've decided today with the chat, so do tune in there. And then in less than 2 days from right now, the Bears are taking on the Giants in Soldier Field in the snow. It's going to be a good one, so tune into it. With that, appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't hit the like button, do that. If you haven't subscribed, do that too. The subscribership is starting to go up, so we're hitting that point of the season where there's optimism and hope. Going to 6-3 would help that. Then we only need 4 more wins to get to 10, which makes us right there within the mix for the playoffs. I like it. All right, with that, bear down, da Bears. Bear down.